can't really tell from this shot, but we're in a really nice, very fancy Veterans Memorial Cemetery in Exeter, Rhode Island. One of the biggest cemeteries I've ever been in, including Arlington Cemetery. And tucked away in the very, very back corner of this enormous place are graves that are not for veterans at all, but a different group of people who lived in the neighboring property of what was known as the Lad School, and during an earlier era, a eugenics asylum for the feeble-minded. And today they lay here mostly, almost totally forgotten.
And this isn't just a school where they put people who had developmental disabilities to not have to deal with them in proper society or something horrible like that, although that is horrible enough. But they were throwing anybody in here. They were throwing young girls that they were thought to be too promiscuous, people with alcohol issues, poor people, just pretty much anyone they wanted to throw in there to forget about would wind up in this lad school, and they would live their whole lives there, out here in a very remote area of Rhode Island. And what you're seeing here are graves that, I mean, this place is a huge military cemetery. I mean, you've got monuments to every branch of the military. You even have it down to where I saw a monument just for Greek Americans who have served in our military. It was very fancy, very expensive, professional. And then you get to this very back remote corner of this huge complex, and you see these rudimentary graves that look as though somebody hand carved them in I guess a machine shop on site or something. They just have the names and a cross. That's it.
They don't even have the dates they were alive. They don't have rest in peace, anything. And this lad school was notorious for people who got locked up, forgotten, and abused in a very overcrowded, very iconic round dormitory and other buildings that used to be on site but today are torn down. And they were so mistreated by society that they were locked up on the premises of eugenics laws, because Rhode Island did not pass sterilization laws unlike neighboring states. And so because they couldn't forcibly sterilize people they didn't want to reproduce, they institutionalized them for life. And whereas they locked up a lot of children, a lot of people lived there throughout their adult life as well. And there were a number of scandals throughout the decades as the institution changed names and came under fire during different periods. But you can sense the neglect and abuse that must have gone on by the way these grave sites are treated.
I mean, this is the bare minimum of respect you have to give someone when they die. And I don't know what that guy did, but his grave is out there all by itself, isolated. And you do have one guy here who died in 1988, and this looks like a professional grave. It actually has a year, but everyone else, you can barely read their names anymore on some of these. And I don't think anybody would really even know what this is, because when you come all the way to this remote area, all you see is this sign that says Rhode Island Historical Cemetery, Exeter. But somebody left a mark. Lad School, you are not forgotten.